share on the personal accident insurance, which is called Allianz Shield Plus. So without further ado, allow me to share you the screen. All right, so basically this is just a basic introduction. Of course, I'm going to brief you through some of the plans available. For the Allianz Shield Plus itself, there are actually up to Plan 10, but here I'm going to show you Plan 5 up to Plan 5 itself as an illustration purpose. All right. So why do people actually choose to buy personal accident? Is because it actually covers a wide coverage that your normal personal insurance normally wouldn't have. For example, let me go through what is actually covered within a personal accident policy. For example, you're actually covered for accidental death and permanent disablement based on the principal sum assured. All right. So depending on the amount, the plan that you have selected, they will cover accordingly. All right. There will also be a cashless admission as well as discharge for any accidental incident. All right. So the definition of the cashless admission is up to 2,500 at all participating hospital in Malaysia and also within the Asia Pacific countries upon any accident that happens, and it will actually cover on the medical expenses. Right. You also have renewal bonuses up to 100%, whereby if let's say you do not actually make any claim for that particular year, you actually get to have an incremental renewal bonus. So what does this mean is that upon the renewal of your personal accident policy with Allianz, you actually get up to 20% increment per year, up to the maximum of 100%. All right, and this is for people who are aged between 30 days all the way to 40 years, and 10% if you are 41 and above. All right. Regardless of any claim made under your medical expenses, blood transfusion, dental correction, corrective cosmetic surgery, weekly benefit, hospital income, kidnap, ambulance, and personal liability. All right. All right. Next, you will actually have the benefit of a double indemnity cover. So what this covers is actually it pays a double principal sum assured if you happen to suffer a loss of permanent use of two limbs, total paralysis or death while traveling in public transport or traveling overseas. Okay. Another thing that you want to take note is personal liability insurance, which you can actually get under your personal accident coverage. So what this means is that the company, which is Allianz, will indemnify you in respect of all sums legally liable to a third party in respect to any accident, bodily injury, or accidental damage to property. All right. And of course, this will only be limited to Malaysia. Right. And sometimes, if you're worried that what will happen if you have someone that attempted to snatch something off you, or you got snatched while you were doing your own things. So this personal accident insurance actually covers you for snatch theft and also attempted snatch theft up to 600 ringgit. So of course, you will need to make sure that you do a police report within the 24 hours of that incident. All right. Okay. And sometimes we may worry that, what happens if a kidnap happens? You see, so a personal accident insurance itself will actually give you the coverage of 10,000 for any expenses, as well as 50,000 for reward. If so happen that you bought this policy for your child and they happen to get kidnapped, this is one of the benefit that you can get as a payout. All right. And of course, the option, if you would like to add on any weekly benefit, if you so happen to suffer any injury due to accident. All right. Okay, one of the things that you can actually add on within your Allianz Shield Plus are actually events like double indemnity in the event of motor vehicle accident, Or you have the option of adding a coverage for international and domestic medical assistance and evacuation. And another thing is the lifestyle and living benefit and study interruption benefit. Okay, let me go through with you what is covered within the lifestyle and living benefit. All right, there are actually plans recommended here. All right, so let's go with the one that is based on Plan E. Right. So if you do choose to add this on, for example, if you so happen to have your smart devices being stolen, for example, there is a compensation where your smart devices is stolen due to a break-in or snatch theft or even an attempted snatch theft, you can be compensated up to 5,000 ringgit. So imagine that, some nowadays devices, especially your electronic devices, are getting more and more expensive. Even an iPhone easily will cost more than 5,000 ringgit itself, based on the latest model. So in this case, 5,000 ringgit is actually quite handful when it comes to your devices being stolen due to a snatch theft or attempted or even a break-in. All right, and especially nowadays, the trend is whereby we tend to do a lot of online shopping, and you can actually choose to have a coverage up to 1,500 ringgit. And what does this compensate is that the purchase price of any goods that you have lost due to the purchase was made on a fake website or an application or even a non-delivery of the purchased good. All right. And next will be actually the credit card and loan indemnity, whereby you can be compensated up to 5,000 ringgit. So how does this compensate is that it reimburses your amount of money that is required to pay for your credit card, your high purchase, your mortgage, your personal loan, if you so happen to be hospitalized due to an accident. All right. Next thing is you can even be compensated for the loss of sports equipment up to 2,500 ringgit. Wow. So how do you actually make this claim is that you can actually be compensated due to a break-in or a snatch theft or even an attempted snatch theft on your sports equipment. All right. All right. Another thing is that you can actually be compensated for even missed events. For example, you so happen to book a ticket for your concert, your movie, your theme park, amusement park, or even sports event, but so happened that you couldn't turn up because you met an accident. So this is where you can be even be compensated for all this for up to 500 ringgit. You can also be compensated for even nursing care, your lifestyle modification expenses up to 30,000 ringgit. So what does this give is that if you so happen to be, you've been permanently disabled. So what this reimburses you is, sometimes you may need to modify your motor vehicle or your home in order to uh, suit your new lifestyle in terms of moving about in your house. So with this, you can actually be compensated up to 30,000 ringgit. Okay. There's also a rehabilitation expenses up to 5,000. So what does this include is the reimbursement of the cost of consultation, medical treatment incurred following a hospital discharge if you are required to be rehabilitated due to an accident, right? And there's also housekeeping services as well if you so happen to be required to go to a hospital for a period of time. So what does this mean is that your house, maybe no one is taking care, you can actually order a service for a housekeeper following your discharge. All right. So as a student itself, you can actually add on things like study interruption benefit as well. So let me share with you what is included. Okay. So in this benefit itself, you can actually be reimbursed of one semester fee if you so happen to be hospitalized or you so happen that your person who is sponsoring your education passed away due to an accident, or even the transportation fee to return to your home to visit an immediate family who has been hospitalized, or died due to an accident. Right? So you have a few options to choose to be compensated up to 50,000 ringgit. So let's assume that you decided to pick these few plans for yourself, and how much would that come up to? For example, you are choosing to cover based on Plan 5 for yourself, which is about 416 ringgit a year, plus the lifestyle and living benefit of 141 ringgit, and you decided to pick up a study interruption plan as well for 80 ringgit. The total for a year that you're getting for all this coverage itself, all right, is only about 637 ringgit and 90 cents, including of the service tax of 6% itself, and also the management care organization fee and stamp duty. The total payable is actually 687 ringgit, which is actually very affordable. If you divide it back into every month, that's about close to 55 ringgit per month itself. So I would suggest that you pick up a personal accident plan for yourself or even for your family, as all these things could happen to us when it comes to any accidental events. So that's all for today, my sharing. If you would like to know more, you can always feel free to contact me for any questions, or if you feel that you would like to subscribe this plan for yourself, you may also contact me, and I will help you to arrange for the application. So thank you again for your time, and you have a good day. Bye bye.